This is a video that's going to go over what I went over in class on Thursday. So the first thing I wanted to show was how to do a few things for grading or providing review comments to a colleague's analysis plan. Here, one of your classmates has been generous and allowed me to use his as an example. So you would, if you're grading or reviewing a colleague's analysis plan, you would download it out of the shared drive into Word. If you want to try and do this in Google Docs, you can go ahead. That may work great. There's some additional functionality you can get by going into the Word software. So that's what I'm going to show here. Okay, so I downloaded my, from the class project shared drive, I downloaded the analysis plan, which I told you is just one version of an acceptable analysis plan. It doesn't mean you have to match this exactly word for word. And then I went ahead and downloaded the colleagues analysis plan, and I want to try and do a review of that and provide review comments. So the first thing I want to show you is you can go up here to the view, and we can put these multiple pages. No, I'm sorry, we want to go to arrange all is one way to do it, or you can go up here to this. I believe this is view side by side. Now that we have these side by side, we can compare them. So in the review tab, there are options for adding comments or for this track changes. So I would like you to turn on track changes. And this shows up on Google Docs. If you, instead of editing, you go into suggesting. I'm going to select all this because this is all in bold font and I don't want it in bold font. So I'm going to select that. And the other thing I can do is try and paint the format. Okay, that worked. So I used the paint. So I highlighted where I wanted the format, how I wanted. I went to the paintbrush and then I selected that. And then I dragged this paintbrush over where I want things impacted by that format. Okay. Notice that in here, I have the structure provided a tiered membership system. And it went ahead because I went ahead and typed this in. So anything I type in will show up in red font as long as I have track changes on. Okay. Now, as I go through, I'm going to be comparing what this student wrote compared to what's in the analysis plan. And so I would like try and do this section by section. So here I'm looking at, and if you notice, there's a lot of editing already going on. So what may help is in the review, in the track changes grouping. So the review ribbon across the top under track changes, go to all markup. You can also do what's called simple markup. And with simple markup, you're able to see more what's there without so much editing stuff, making it hard to read. Okay, so for example, here, and then the lines on the left just tell you that there has been changes made. So the first thing I say when I look at all this is, wow, all of this is in italic and I don't want it in italic. So I'm going to select it and turn off italics. Okay. Now I'm just going to read all this and I'm going to say, okay, so this one says each variable will be checked for erroneous entries and if possible fix. And if the data is less than 5% for that variable, those records will be deleted from the analysis. Okay, so far that reads about the same. And then I say misspelling or errant. This student wrote misspelling or erroneous entries where it is clear what is intended will be corrected. Okay, so that's good. I think that's nice to have. So that's that's a way to work within a document, providing review comments. Again, we're going to compare if there's something that you want to add or change, you would read it over here. You can put it in as a comment, like please refer, you know, this is missing information about what is going to be done. For various, if you read through this, if there's anything missing, or you could add it in here. So this last thing, it says the order of imputation will start with numerical variables and then proceed to categorical variables, starting with imputing the records with variables that have the least number of missing values until the total number of records left to delete is not more than 5% of the data. Okay, so this whole order of imputation stuff is missing. So over here, you don't have to necessarily write it in for your colleague. You can come in here and in review, add a comment and say, order of imputation is missing. And notice, because we're looking at the simple markup, we're not seeing that. If we were to go to the full markup, all markup, then we will see what we've actually added in here. Here it is. Oh, here's the comment. So it'll show up here with this little sign that says go to comment, and then you can go to the comment so you can see what it's saying. Now, once you receive your colleagues' review comments, start at the top of your document, and you can first go through the comments if you want, and or go through the track changes. So to go to the track changes, I can just click next change. I see that the 6 was deleted and I can accept that change. Then I can go here and I see that this was all formatted. I can accept that change. It's going to automatically go. I can accept that. I forgot to put it, or if I was the student, I'd say, oh yeah, I need to have that question mark. I accept that change. I accept that. This is formatted, so I'm going to accept that. There's some formatting changes here. I'm just going to quickly click through those. There's a period, another format change, a period. The word trend was changed to tiered. I'm going to accept that change. I'm going to accept the deletion of trend. I'm going to accept this formatting. And notice that I see that there's space here between tiered and membership, which was an error. So I'm going to fix it myself. Oops, I'm in track changes. So it actually, until you turn track changes off, which you do just by toggling it, it will keep doing track changes. Okay, so since I'm now pretending this is when I'm correcting my own analysis plan, and I'm pretending I am Sean Sullivan, I don't need to do track changes anymore. That's just when you're reviewing to keep track of what needs to be reviewed. So now I look this over and I'm like, oh, there's a bunch of stuff here. It's all formatting. So I'm just going to basically select all of this to make this quicker. And I'm going to select accept. So it's going to accept everything there and it's going to jump to the next one. Okay, so then I can come back here and I can say, uh-oh, this is not right. The interquartile range is the difference between Q3 and Q1. Okay. And I know I'm going to define terms here now, so any future terms will go here. Okay. Now it's going to take me down here and I can again go through and have it automatically take me to the next one. So you want to put your cursor somewhere where you're going to start this, and then you can go to the next statement, and we'll accept that, accept that, accept that. So again, you're going to go through and decide if you're going to accept or reject the suggestions. Okay, so that is it for that. That's how you do that. When you're done, you would save this. So save as, and I would put my initials, I would add the word final to the end so that it's clear that this is now the final version of this after I've gone through and, I mean, right now this is a little bit early, but right after I've fixed everything up. And it looks clean and final.